So maybe you've decided that you want to call the Temecula Valley home, but the next question for you is, what neighborhood should I live in? Where should I live? And that's exactly what this is dedicated to. This series is our neighborhood spotlight series where we highlight a neighborhood and let you know exactly what it's like living in that specific neighborhood. And today we are here at Meadowview in Temecula. This is an amazing neighborhood. I can't wait to show it off to you. Let's dive in. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, your local Temecula Valley realtor, and this channel is dedicated to all things living in the Temecula Valley, from neighborhood spotlights to new construction tours to new things coming here to the valley. I want you and your family to know exactly what it's like living here before you make the move. Thanks for tuning in today. Let's dive in. First up, let's talk about location. Where is Meadowview located in Temecula? This is like right smack dab in the middle of Temecula, and I really actually love this location. Because what you'll see here as we're sharing about the community is this is a very rural feeling community. You honestly feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere, and it feels like that as you drive throughout the entire neighborhood. But you're actually minutes from the mall. You're minutes from Chick-fil-A and restaurants and all that you could want, right? Most people want to move out to the middle of nowhere to have some privacy, but then they realize, oh gosh, I have to drive 30 minutes to the grocery store. And that is not the case with what you get in Meadowview. You feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere. You feel like you're out in the country, but you are so close to amenities. So this is central Temecula, right outside of the mall, located right off of Murrieta. That gets you quick access to the 15 freeway. So if you're a commuter needing to go north or south for work, this is a great location for you that will get you quick access to those roads. So let's talk a little bit about some of the pros to living here, and I already alluded to a little bit of it. One of those is that country feel. Again, you feel like you are really remote. Tons of mature trees and landscaping, some awesome scenery. It's called Meadowview. As you can see behind me, there's a gigantic open meadow that you can actually just ride horses right off your property, off into the meadow. You can hike, you can walk, you can run through there. So there are a lot of amenities to this neighborhood that we'll talk a little bit more on as well. There is a clubhouse, and you've got a low HOA. Definitely not what you would expect for here. And again, the location makes it really great because you feel rural, but you're very close to shopping and other amenities. And lastly, I would say one of the key features here, as you will see, are the large lots that come with these homes. These are not your standard tract homes. They are custom built homes on very large lots. You can get half acre up to several acres. Another pro to this community is that these are custom homes. This is not your standard tract home neighborhood. No two homes are alike here. These are custom built homes on really large lots. So you're not gonna get the tiny 7,000 square foot lot that you're gonna get in most communities here inside of Temecula. You're gonna get much larger lots that can accommodate horse properties, stalls, large garages, ADUs, pools, like you name it, you can put it here. So much larger lots with custom homes is a huge pro to living in this neighborhood. So now let's talk about some cons or some things to at least be aware of when it comes to living here in Meadowview. Number one is gonna be the price point. Obviously, when a home comes with much more land like you're going to get here inside of this community, it's going to come with a higher price point. And so that's something to be aware of. You're not gonna be spending just $500,000 here inside this community. And so you're going to expect a much higher price point. Outside of that, I would say on the custom home side of things, your floor plans with the age of some of these homes are gonna be a little bit choppier. So if you're looking at a home that was originally built here, you may have a little bit lower ceilings, choppier floor plan. If you're coming from the East Coast, maybe you actually will appreciate some of the floor plans here because they're gonna come with a true, formal dining room. It's not gonna be this gigantic open floor plan that a lot of people are looking for here in the area. So that might actually be a pro for you. But for a lot of people that are looking for those big open floor plans, unless you're buying a home here that has been completely renovated and maybe opened up and knocked down some walls, it's gonna be a little bit choppier feeling for you. So maybe something you can buy with some potential to open it up, but just something to be aware of when you come to the neighborhood. Now let's move on to price. I'm sure you're curious what it actually costs to live here inside of Meadowview. So again, when it comes to price, if you've watched any of these videos, I'm always careful to actually quote a price for you because they change over time. So if you want current up-to-date pricing, depending on when you're watching this video, pick up the phone, give us a call, or schedule a Zoom call with the link here so that we can get you some of that updated pricing. But I'll give you that price for now. This is on the high side of Temecula. So we're typically seeing homes here up over the $1 million price point. And as of right now, we're in the $1 million to about $1.6 million range is typically what we're seeing here within the last year. Again, if you're watching this video much later, keep in mind that those prices may have changed over time, and we'd love to get you some accurate information, so go ahead and reach out. Next up, size of homes here. So this is a little bit different than most of our segments on Neighborhood Spotlights because we're typically talking about tract homes, so I can tell you they're, a certain square footage to a certain square footage. These are all custom homes, so there's a huge variance of what you're gonna find here in the community. So you can have homes as small as about 2,000 square feet here in the community, and you can have homes as large as 5,000 square feet here in the community. So you can get a large range of different type of home here. You can have single-story options, two-story options, large or small. So if you're downsizing or upsizing, you've got some options here within the neighborhood. You're obviously just gonna want to account for, you're gonna have a much larger lot that's gonna have some more maintenance and things like that to take care of. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, a little bit about what you'll actually be spending on a monthly basis living here inside of the community. Those two factors that you're gonna want to consider aside from price point are gonna be your HOA and your property taxes. If you've watched this channel for some time, you know that those property taxes can vary greatly here inside of the Temecula Valley, anywhere from 1.1% all the way up to 2.3 to 2.4%. So we'll touch on that as well as those HOA fees. For the property taxes here, I am happy to report this is a low property tax neighborhood. You are talking just 1.1% for your property taxes. That is the lowest you can get here in the area. So yes, you may be spending up over $1 million for a home here, but your property taxes are going to be much lower than you would get in most other areas here inside of Temecula. Now the HOA, you may be wondering, with all of the amenities that we're about to discuss here, what does the actual HOA cost? Because there's a lot that comes with this community. Again, that is another really affordable thing about this community. You pay your HOAs here quarterly rather than monthly, so keep that in mind. This is quarterly. You are paying $297 per quarter. So that is a low HOA considering all of the amenities that you're getting here in the area, essentially less than $100 a month. There are some HOAs inside of the Temecula Valley you could be paying up over $200 per month and get actually no amenities that come along with things. So a really great bargain here for you as far as the HOA and your tax rate. Now let's move on to schools. Where would your kids be attending school if they live here inside of the neighborhood? Good news is the schools are pretty close to the neighborhood, so not far. But due to the size of this neighborhood, you're probably not going to be walking to any of these schools, again, depending on the location that you're at within inside of this neighborhood. So for elementary school, you'll be looking at attending Rancho Elementary. And then again, we're going to use the greatschools.org chart here for your grading scale. This is going to grade the schools on a ranking 1 out of 10. And so for Rancho Elementary School, you are looking at a 7 out of 10. If you've got a junior higher or middle schooler, they're going to be going to Margarita Middle School. That is rated a 5 out of 10 on the greatschools.org chart. And lastly, for your high school, you'd be going to Temecula Valley High School, which is rated a 9 out of 10 on the greatschools.org chart. So you do have some really highly rated schools here inside of the area. So those are the schools that you'll be attending if you've got kids here in the neighborhood. Lastly here, let's talk about some of the key features living inside of this neighborhood. We've touched on a lot of them. I want to start first with the amenities inside the neighborhood. What are you actually getting for that $297 per quarter here? Lots and lots of amenities. You have pickleball, pool, spa, hot tub. You've got a picnic area, playground, sport courts, other courts. You've got biking trails, hiking trails, horse trails. You've got the clubhouse. All of those amenities are included in that HOA fee, which is absolutely amazing for living here inside the neighborhood. The other key features we've touched on, you've got custom homes on large lots with a country feel. You feel like you're remote out in the middle of nowhere. You don't hear traffic. All you hear when you're out here is the rustling of the wind through the trees. If that's what you're looking for, this neighborhood offers it. And on top of that, you are so close to schools and shopping and other amenities. Everything you need is 10 minutes max away from here. Even the freeway is 10 minutes away from here. So location-wise, you couldn't pick a better location. A really great neighborhood if you can fit into that price point. So that's it for our neighborhood spotlight of Meadowview here in Temecula, California. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's tour. It's a beautiful neighborhood, a really great feel here. It's honestly a place that a lot of real estate agents call home as well, because we keep an eye out for amazing homes that pop up here too. So I think you will really enjoy it. Thanks again for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's content, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment below with any questions you may have about living in the Temecula Valley, living here inside of Meadowview. We monitor those on a daily basis and we'll get right back to you. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time.